previous reports have said that the DNA from her cheek swab matched the hairs found on, the burlap wrapping the victim. So from that, it would sound like we already knew some of this information. Is that the case? And if so, why would it then be surprising at all?
It may be the case that the present information is really originally the information regarding Ellerup's hair. I'm told that the hair is found on all three victims that were for which the charges of murder were made, and that there was a fourth hair found on the belt that is so controversial in this case. It seems highly unlikely that such a development as that could ever have exonerated Ellerup whatsoever. And when you really look at what the district attorney originally said, at that time, he was talking at the very beginning of the investigation about her, if you read the papers, her cell phone being in various places. That's not necessarily her. And even if it were her who had the cell phone, nobody knows when these girls were actually killed. They know when they disappeared, approximately, not when they were killed, nor when their bodies were moved, which could have been at a different time. So in other words, she should still be in the ring of suspects. And maybe the district attorney is taking now a second look and perhaps at to the grand jury, especially given Ellerup's sociopathic behavior that doesn't match that of an innocent person whatsoever, especially now that she is selling herself like a ghoul, eating on the dead to get money for herself.
Yeah.
It's a stunning development, and the DA cannot look at that without a glance of great skepticism, and perhaps we'll get somewhere now finally with what this woman is all about.
Well, on that point,
witnesses who say she's involved.
On that point, which is separate from whether or not she was involved, the seven-figure Netflix deal that you're alluding to there, you represent, some victims. Can only imagine how they feel about that. What have they told you about that, if anything?
The several victims I've talked to who are, we have a victim who's still alive, and we haven't disclosed her yet. And we have other family members of victims who've spoken to me and told me what this woman has done is unspeakable. And she's never once reached out in any sympathy for them whatsoever. This is a person who is just like her husband. She also participated in the sexual trysts of her husband in her house. We have witnesses to that effect. This girl needs to be looked at very, very carefully. She is, like I said, feasting on the deaths of these women.
But the prosecutors were fairly quick, right, to not charge her, to eliminate her as someone who would be charged with wrongdoing, saying, she wasn't even there. She wasn't in the jurisdiction at the time of the murders. But you clearly think that she had something to do with it, even with all of that said.
She seems to have everything to do with everything that's happened in that house so far. What's happened in that house is not clear. We don't know where the murders took place. There could be other locations where they took place, but how could this woman's hair and nobody else's hair, such as, for example, her children, such as her dog, her cats, not appear, and yet three of her hairs appear on three of the victims.
In DNA that's so old, by the way, didn't you think? I mean, you probably know more about this, but the fact that it's a decade old and you still have this, I mean, you would think it would be very degraded. It wouldn't be high quality, maybe not even identifiable. But it's apparently it is. I mean, what did you make of that? The fact that it was so old and still they have this match reportedly.
Well, it just means that the hair did not degenerate. That's what it would suggest to me.
Yeah.
More than that, I can't say what it would mean. The DA would know, but the DA has been investigating this case steadily since the day that he first announced that she was in apparently another jurisdiction or jurisdictions. Those jurisdictions, by the way, are not far away from the site of the murders. For example, once she was in New Jersey. One can drive pretty quickly from New Jersey to Long Island, no problem. I think the other jurisdiction was a middle state like Virginia, I'm pretty sure. And then the third one was Iceland, where she has her relatives.
Okay.
So, I mean, these places are not that far away. You know, Iceland is a flight home. We don't know when these things happened. There's no evidence of that. Maybe the DA does by now, but that has to be looked at.
Right, the timing of the actual murders versus the discovery of the bodies and what have you.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.